Hey, it's Mr. Haas here, guys. And while you're at home, it's hard to do and build the Kiva planks because you don't have them at home with you. But I do want to do a video that I think will help you next time you come in to work on strengthening your structures you're building. So in class, we're all about building this ramp system. But before we can build that ramp system, we have to make sure the ramp has some height because we have to get the ball above whatever surface we're working on because it gives it potential energy. The gravity, every time you lift something above a surface, gives it potential energy. And the further up you lift it, the more energy it stores up inside of it. So when you let go of it, that energy transfers into kinetic energy and gets it moving. And that's how this ramp system works. So in order to do that, we have to be able to build some structures that our ramp is going to sit on. I'm going to see if we can get you to see the planks here. Good. So cut off my head a little bit, but you'll be able to see the planks. So the first thing you'll notice is a lot of kids want to stack them like this. Great. We put one on top. Awesome. But what we find, and that's great, but we do find it does have some wiggle to it. So one thing I figured out is if we actually take these and put a little bit of an angle on them at about a 45, just doing that gives it more strength. And gives it more stability. So that's number one. And it allows you to then build up rather quickly a tower. Okay, now if we do two of these, I'm going to take this down and turn this sideways so you can see it now. So if I do two of these, so now I'm going to do them next to each other, same sort of thing. I'm going to build them simultaneously. Remember what I showed you and talked to you about in the previous video. The more you can connect them together, the stronger they then become. So now we can then start connecting these two towers. And although they're not going to be the strongest, if I bump the table, it could fall over, they are going to serve the purpose for our ramp. So then what I can do is up here, I can begin to build my ramp. And now I have a lot of potential energy for this ball to then to. So hopefully yours works better than mine, and I have no problem with that falling because that is part of STEM. We build something for whatever reason, it was a little unstable and it fell, and I have to learn from that and I will build it stronger. So that's one way to definitely build it. That's a fast way to build it stronger. The benefit of building it like that is you get a lot of height really fast. However, you saw that it then becomes unstable. Another way to build it, this takes a little longer, is to crisscross your pieces just like this. And this will build a nice tower. However, it does take longer to get the height that you want. Benefit, it's not going to fall over. So what I've kind of figured out is that there's a nice in-between, okay? I found that if I turn a plank on its side, it will save me 2 blocks because it's 3 blocks, 3 of them to get the same height. So if I turn on its side, I will actually get more height. So by doing it like this, I still get the strength. Not as much, because they are turned on their side and there's less surface area. However, I still do get the benefit of not really falling over as easily. So it's kind of up to you which way works best, and then you can build your platform up here, and then you can build your ramp however you like, and you now have your nice, stable part of your ramp. And then obviously the more of these we build, the further our track goes. So that is how we can make our structures that we're building that are holding our ramp system up stronger. So it's kind of a chance you take. Using less blocks, can get you, you can get higher quicker, but then you run the risk of it falling over. And again, the more you put it together, the more it holds together, because we did learn that. So it's that beginning part where it's less stable, but it is still not as stable as something like this. So as next time you're into class, think about that when you're designing this. when you're designing yours, and find out what works best to strengthen it, because if we can't get a ramp, then we're not going to be successful. So the first thing we got to be able to do is build a structure that can hold our track and our ramp system, and then we can worry about the little cool things that we're going to put with it. All right? Hope you learned from that. Keep up the great work in class, guys.